afternoon. This is the third episode on student motivation. We've been bringing you a new series. We've already done two episodes. The first one talked about the effect of the home environment on students' motivation, and the second one dealt with the missing background knowledge also has a vicious cycle where the students go into a spiral of low motivation, and what could we do about it? Today's episode talks about the third factor which impacts student motivation, and that is, of course, stress. So, the home environment was the first episode, missing background knowledge, we've talked about it in the second episode, and this episode is going to focus on the impact of stress on students' motivation. Now, stress could be caused because of the environment at home. Stress can also be caused because of the performance at school. Stress can also be caused because of peer influence. But stress has a tremendous impact on your motivation, both when you're a student and even as adults. All right. So we're going to be talking about that in this episode. And just to get started, here is a little bit of a teaser, to help us understand how the cognitive function completely freezes when we are under stress. Imagine that you're crossing a speed limit and at that time you're also texting. Most of us do that. I hope not. But we do talk on the phone when we are driving. And some of us who are more daring and also a little bit, show bravado, they can also text on WhatsApp. And suppose you're doing that and you get chased by the police and you're caught. Now you are under a lot of duress and a lot of stress. Could you, at that point, if someone gave you a complicated problem of calculus to be solved, could you do it? Could you even recall that abstract poem like महादेवी वर्मा का मान लीजिए किसी ने बोला अश्रु ये पानी नहीं है तो याद आएगा आपको क्या इस वक्त? So stress has a tremendous impact on our cognitive abilities. We cannot function. It doesn't allow processing of any information. Small amount of stress is inevitable in life, both during your student days and even otherwise. And actually the thing is that small amount of stress can even enhance performance, as many of us might have experienced. But a very high level of stress is extremely toxic to learning, and that is our concern. And this episode talks therefore about what could be some strategies that we could equip our students with for dealing with this kind of high amount of stress in school. What can I do in school to make sure that they're able to cope with the stresses that they're going through? First thing, what we recommend is teach them conscious breathing, also known as pranayam, deep breathing. Teach them that in the school. Then, some activities which are kind of aerobic activities which students love to do anyways. It's the adults who become couch potatoes and don't engage in any kind of activities which release endorphin. तो एक तो दो वो कर ले. Also, here is a good idea of helping them to maintain a gratefulness diary. Why just students? All of us can do it, even teachers who can get stressed because of the situations in their classroom. Maintain a gratefulness diary. We'll talk about each one of them. And of course, it's recommended that we need to spend time with positive people and not with those who cause more stress in our life. Let's look at each one. So the first strategy that we need to equip our students with is deep breathing. Breathing through the diaphragm, the full volume of breath. It helps you relax. Try it. When we are stressed, our breathing is very, very rapid. It's like पट 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 एंड देयरफॉर उसमें ये ठीक रहेगा कि हम प्राणायाम सिखाएं, अपने बच्चों को डीप ब्रीदिंग सिखाएं, क्योंकि उससे नर्व्स काम हो जाते हैं, स्ट्रेस भी काम हो जाता है. दैट्स द फर्स्ट वन. The second thing which is recommended is that our brain is releasing chemicals, endorphin, serotonin, dopamine, हमें मालूम है. Endorphin are brain chemicals जिससे कि stress and anxiety काफी हद तक reduce हो जाती है. You also get a euphoric feeling and it actually also builds our immune system. तो किस तरह से होगा ये? How do you release endorphins? Any activity that helps you relax. Aerobic exercises, relaxation therapies, yoga कर लीजिए, कुछ बढ़िया म्यूजिक सुन लीजिए, and even Just eating a bar of chocolate, which children anyway love, chocolate gives you a lot of gratification. It releases endorphins. So see whether we can get children who are stressed to get into this practice of deep breathing and some kind of activity which releases their endorphins. The third thing there that we're talking about is every night before they go to bed, and this is for all of us all throughout our life, see whether you can write down things that you have been grateful for. Every morning on waking up, again write three things that you feel grateful about to set the tone of the day. यानी कि count your blessings. अब जरूरी नहीं है कि तीन लिखें हम सुबह शाम वरना उससे और स्ट्रेस हो जाएगा शायद. But basically the idea here is to help our young students see that there is a lot that is good about their life. Everything is not something that they need to get constantly anxious and worried about. Same thing applies to teachers. So that's the third thing, maintaining a gratefulness diary. And this one is my favorite one. Spend time with positive people. Because when you are anyways feeling down and low, if you surround yourself with negative people जो कि काफी आपके इर्द गिर्द घूमते रहते, you get into the loop of a vicious cycle of thoughts that takes you on a downward spiral. Virtuous cycle takes you on an upward spiral. And therefore, focus on those who will help you be on that upward virtuous cycle जिनमें आपको faith है, trust है, जो आपको trust करते हैं. Those who believe in you, your confidence, your hope, be with them. It's beautifully said, really, that you are the average of the 5 people you spend most of your time with. So watch whom you're spending your time with, really. Seek the company of people who have wonderful qualities which have been listed above, that which makes you feel good about yourself and not pull you down further. Those were the 4 strategies that we wanted to share with you about how do you keep stress at bay. Stress will impact us all our life till the last day on this planet. Question is, how long do I stay with it? I want to get rid of it. In order to do that, could we practice these 4 strategies just mentioned and keep the motivation flying high? Do like and subscribe to our channel. Do share this episode forward also. This was the 3rd episode. The 4th one is a very, very important one. Look out for that on next Sunday क्योंकि वहाँ पे हम बात करेंगे how do you teach the students the dynamics of motivation. There are 4 factors there. वो हमें बच्चों को सिखाना है, खुद भी सीखना है and अमल में लाना है. So do stay with Shikshangan Education Initiatives. Thank you for watching.